Welcome back to Morning After. In today's Second Shot Sit Down, a chat with Samantha Harris, an Emmy Award-winning TV host and journalist. You know, you may remember her from Dancing with the Stars or Entertainment Tonight. I mean, she has been in the national media for a large portion of her career. But it was all put on pause when at age 40, she thought she was of supreme health and got a very frightening cancer diagnosis.
I had all these amazing opportunities. I was juggling so much, but it was a go, go, go constant for about a decade, just non-stop. And at 40, I was blindsided with a breast cancer diagnosis. I mean, blindsided, because I was the healthy one among my friends. I was the one who worked out regularly and ate my cheeseless pizzas and my chicken breasts and my egg whites. And, you know, there I was. And I thought I was the picture of health.
Is there anything you think, okay, I would have done this differently, or maybe the stress or you know, anything?
And I've learned that 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer over the course of her lifetime. And yet, only 5 to 10% of breast cancers are actually hereditary. And mine was not genetic. We did a whole battery of tests. So it really perplexed me, and I wanted answers. I was almost angry that it wasn't genetic because I just wanted that answer.
Of course.
But also, in retrospect, incredibly grateful. That means my daughters, who are already at an elevated risk because I had cancer, at least don't now have the genetic predisposition. But all of that said, I put on my journalism hat and I dug into so much research. I read everything I could. I determined it really is what you put in, on, and around your body that affects your overall well-being, that turns on or off dormant cancer cells that are probably living in most of us, if not all of us, that may never actually turn into something that can affect whether or not you have type 2 diabetes or heart disease or certain autoimmune disorders. And so that's where the trajectory changed. I pivoted not only how I was living my life, from the foods that I was eating to the makeup I was putting on, to my period routine, to my cleaning supplies, but also the other part of it, managing stress, managing toxic relationships that are dragging you down, that are adding high levels of cortisol in your body, which lead to inflammation, which then lead to chronic diseases. And how could I mitigate those relationships with the least amount of shrapnel? How could I build a positive mindset and resiliency? And so it was all of those steps that really led me to reach, because I thought I was healthy and I needed to reach my healthiest healthy. And that's why I wrote the book, Your Healthiest Healthy, which is really just a one-stop action plan, a comprehensive action plan to dip into each of those areas.
So talk about this health community that you created. Was this like, okay, we get, you know, double mastectomy, 4 surgeries, all this stress, all this kind of fear, and you already have the health education. Then were you like, okay, I need to create a community for people, or how did that go?
I had so much demand for more information that had come really from a Your Healthiest Healthy book. And so just actually in January of 2021, I launched the Your Healthiest Healthy community, which is a subscription-based membership community, very accessible, very affordable. But essentially what I offer is every week a live health coaching session, a different topic every week, a live workout, all levels, different types of workouts every week, and also a live weekly special curated guest.
Give us a sense of what is your fitness routine like now? What do you do to look like you? For those of you who are seeing the TV version, you're going to want to know that too.
Really being committed to workouts. I mean, whether you are a cancer survivor like I am, or someone who's looking to never have a diagnosis in your lifetime, or you're dealing with prediabetes or the risk of heart disease, one thing I want to say to everybody, just because something is in the genetic history of your family, or just because you feel, well, my dad had heart disease, or my mom has diabetes, or my grandma had cancer, I want you to throw away this notion that you are destined to also have to have that outcome. We are in control of so much more than we give ourselves credit for, but we have to listen to our bodies, and we have to make healthful changes. And that does mean eating more of a whole foods, plant-based foundation, whether you want to be vegan or paleo or keto or omnivore, whatever it is.
So the book, again, you guys, is Your Healthiest Healthy. Then she has the Your Healthiest Healthy community. And I'll remind you that the full interview where she gets deeper into actually what she eats and the type of nutrition she has and which products specifically she switched out that were toxic, it's going to be in the Second Shot podcast, episode 223, which I will post later on today. But it was interesting, Ron. She thought she was so healthy. And then all of a sudden she's like, wait, I'm putting my stuff in a plastic water bottle. I'm using makeup that has endocrine disruptors in it or parabens in it. And that kind of health counts too. Health is a number of factors and things that we're just coming to understand a little bit better. Her message, though, about the genetic predisposition applies to our family because my father lost his father at 65 to an undiagnosed or late diagnosed colon cancer. My dad for a long time lived in fear that he would succumb to that too. The difference is he was vigilant about it. He gets his colonoscopies. Going to be 79 in July and going strong. And we've had that conversation. You're good. You're out of the woods. You've done the right thing. And your dad didn't have the benefits of all of that back then. And the awareness. It's empowering to know that we do actually have some control. Yeah, absolutely.